Good morning. How's it going, everybody?
Good morning.
Good morning. It is 4:33 in the morning, and I've decided to document my process.
It's rough. It's real rough.
Will I follow through? I don't know. I don't follow through on a lot of things. Can we move this a little bit? There we go. Or too much. I got up this morning at 4 o'clock in order to do this, so I think that's a start. Sorry. There's a few things that are keeping me from doing it, like the computer not having enough RAM. It has 8 gigabytes. I think it probably needs like 16 to 32. Move this up just a tad so I can sit up straighter. I don't have a program, so I'm going to use iMovie. Alright, here I go. Today is the second day I've put a ton of work into editing, and I got halfway through the second scene. And I just have to say, what a process this is. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea how much work goes into this and how much work you need to put in beforehand in order to make editing easier. There's this scene where my friend Rebecca is opening an envelope and she's talking to Austin, who's sitting in the chair next to her, and you want to cut back and forth between their dialogue, but in one scene she's holding the envelope like this, and he looks a certain way, and then the other scene, she hasn't opened the envelope yet, and he is not facing her, and it's like, oh my god, how do I make this work? They did the same thing each time. It just happens that it was slightly different each time, so this is hard. It's a lot to think about, and I've decided that obviously it's going to take more thinking in advance, but it's just going to take a lot of practice in order for these things to like come naturally. So the next thing I do, the next thing I write and maybe act in, I don't know, I got to put more thought into blocking wise, and I just have to keep doing it. I just have to keep going and doing more and more, and I think that will help the situation. Okay, that's the update. It is day 3 of 4 a.m. editing. Hit a little snafu last night, not with editing, but just in artistic endeavor in general. When I first moved here, a few months in, a friend of mine called me and she said, you know, my brother lives out there. You should call him and hang out with him. And I was like, okay. So I got his phone number. I texted him, and he invited me to this group that he had every Sunday. At his house, he and a bunch of friends got together and would make short films, right? So I was like, this is cool. This is what I came out here to do. So I joined. And for 3 or 4 months, it was great. We met every week. And we're very creative. And then we started making a short film. Like, actually, we were on location and shooting stuff. And I guess that got a little overwhelming for him. So last night, he and his girlfriend basically just quit our group, the group that they started. I mean, it is what it is, and I don't have any hard feelings at all. I believe that me and the one guy, I don't want to give any names, just I think we'll continue to do stuff together. I'm going to message him today and see how he's feeling. But yeah, it sucks sometimes making shit when other people don't want to. Luckily, I at least got something made in the group before it dissolved. I feel bad for everyone else who contributed a lot to the group, who didn't get any of their own stuff made. And that's it. I'm going to get back to editing. I just wanted to let you guys know there will always be obstacles. And this isn't even that big of an obstacle, but I wanted to share anyway. Alright, you guys have a good day. Bye. So I slept in and got up at 5 o'clock instead of 4. And I haven't done anything but look at these gay cartoons on Instagram. It's really cute.
This is day 4 of getting up really extremely early and editing. I was asleep by 8:30, but still getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't care what time you go to bed, it's still very hard. Um, it's also rough because it's coming along so slowly, which is totally fine because it's the first thing I've ever done, so I shouldn't expect too much. But um, it's practice. Practice makes perfect, so I just gotta keep at it, and that's what I'm gonna do. And maybe a year from now, a 5-minute video like this will take me an hour to make, and I'll be done and can, just have shit just going out all the time. Oh, here's something else today. Here's 2 things today. So it's exciting, but it's hard.